Michael Knowles joins us now, host of the Michael Knowles Show. Good to see you. Your thoughts on the new investigation into perjury for E. Jean Carroll? It seems like there's something there.
Well, a shocking headline about that paragon of credibility, E. Jean Carroll. Thank you, Rob, for that trip down memory lane. In her defense, she might not have remembered that she accepted all that money from the liberal billionaire, contrary to her testimony, because she didn't seem to remember much of anything about the alleged assault. Let's not forget that the alleged assault occurred sometime in the 90s, we're told, but E. Jean Carroll couldn't even say what year it occurred in. And then she only seemed to remember it a couple of decades later when President Trump conveniently was running for president. So oopsie daisy, I guess this really central fact about the case seemed to slip her memory, and she might have perjured herself. Unfortunately for her, you can get away with a lot of lies on CNN or in the liberal media. But when you commit lies under oath, sometimes there are consequences.
There can be consequences. Let's play Reid Hoffman. This is a billionaire. This is a left-wing activist billionaire that wants nothing more to destroy Donald Trump. Here he is talking about just how badly he wanted to help E. Jean Carroll get this job done.
My team looked at it and thought that it was her voice should be heard, that because she was challenging someone who's so much more wealthy and powerful, it shouldn't be squashed, and that providing that voice for people who are otherwise would be ground down by the system.
It reminds me of Kavanaugh, too, and you just wonder, there's people out there that probably say, wow, we have somebody that is willing to kind of go through this with this allegation. Let's back it. I mean, if you're trying to destroy Donald Trump and you've got a fortune of money and you see somebody that can make an allegation like this that can be campaign ending, I mean, why not just throw everything behind it? She's going to take all the risk, right? You're just dumping cash on her.
What's so amazing about President Trump is he's very publicly lived a very colorful life. And yet the guy appears to be way more squeaky clean than anybody seemed to have thought. If E. Jean Carroll is the most credible accuser that you can find against him, that's a pretty sorry state for the people who are going after Trump. This reminds me of the political wisdom from The Wire, which is that if you come for the king, you best not miss. The Democrats made such outrageous and preposterous claims about him over the years. They accused him of colluding with the Russians, and then ironically colluding with the Ukrainians who were at war with the Russians, and this and that, and some craziness in Bergdorf Goodman with the lady who says that rape is sexy on Anderson Cooper's show. Even Anderson Cooper is embarrassed to have her on the show. None of that really worked. The American people saw through that. And so now people are going to be held to account because not only did this woman commit a crime, apparently, allegedly in this case, but what they're doing is really undermining the entire American system of government, whether you're talking about the frivolous allegations against Justice Kavanaugh or the frivolous allegations against President Trump. And so it's actually a matter of political importance that we correct this stuff and we don't let the bad guys get away with it.
You said that so perfectly. And again, just to remind everybody, you go back into the mid-1990s and you have Donald Trump, probably the most eligible bachelor in the country. You have an extraordinarily promiscuous woman at a department store. You've got lingerie, an invitation that she accepts to come into a dressing room. I mean, it just for so many different reasons. And then on the other side of it, you got a dress that wasn't even made yet. You got a woman that says she can't remember the year, waits 20, 25 years to even say anything about it. Nothing about the story adds up at all. And I think a lot of people understand that. But a jury in New York somehow was convinced of this. And that's what's amazing. Michael Knowles, good to see you. Thanks so much. Everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.